Hey Internet, and welcome to another episode of The Jam Session. Today I woke up and I'm just getting over a cold. I still kind of have a little bit of a cough. You can kind of hear my voice, I think. Um, and, I was having some gastrointestinal problems as well, and I was just feeling extremely frustrated with my body. Start thinking about how bodies are sort of like cars. The difference is, you're giving this one body. You can't get a new one like a new car. Unless you're like Professor X and you can manipulate your mind and transfer it to another person's body, which he does in the comics. But I don't think any of you are Professor X, and if any of you are, that's really awesome, and I'm glad you're spending your time watching this vlog, Professor X. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with myself if Charles Xavier's watching. Characters aside, your body's like a car. It's got different parts that work together in different ways. It's important from getting here to there. It's got a lot of uses. It's the algorithm I'm going with. This is what I'm doing with. I'm not even a car guy. I'm going with this algorithm. Maybe you start out with this great new car. It's perfect. But then as you use it, it gets run down, and things happen to it. You got to get parts replaced. I got hit by a car in real life, but so like a car has an accident, you get a part replaced. I had to get something put into my knee, so I could walk again, and the bone would heal around it. I have metal plate in this arm from a skateboarding accident. It happens. People lose limbs. They literally get parts replaced. They get prosthetic arms and prosthetic legs. People get cochlear implants, all these kinds of crazy things. Those things, they might be able to be fixed. It's not going to run exactly the same way, but your quality of life would be much better than as if you didn't get them fixed. Just it'll be much easier to get a car that you drive if you drive it with new tires rather than old tires. I mean, you can't get a perfect foot if you got a replacement foot. It's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be like a new tire. It's the best you can get. There's things that you necessarily can't fix, let's say a factory mistake. Say something that a normal car would get recalled for, and maybe they'd fix it. But let's say I don't know, a genetic predisposition to schizophrenia or alcoholism or chronic IBS. Those things, there's things we can treat them, but we can't get them fixed. It's just very frustrating to me. I'm just oh, my body, why am I stuck in this body, this imperfect body? Why is this body given to me with these factory mistakes, with these genetic predispositions and bad knees and things like that? I was feeling all stressed out about it. I was feeling angry because my body wasn't working. I had this cold. My IBS is flaring up. I'm just and then, something really wonderful happened. I kind of had this epiphany moment when on campus there was this guy doing this art project. He had this really cool plywood flower set up, and he just had a sign that said "Paint me." There was a bunch of brushes and stuff and everything, and he was just yeah, he's just an art student. It was like a social art project or something. He was yeah, anyone who wants, come and paint it. And so, I was stressed out. I had an hour to kill. I started painting it. It's just a really cool experience. I got to paint this really cool flower, and other people came by, and you just connected with people. And it just it sort of reminded me that although we are stuck in these bodies, and they don't always work the way they're supposed to. Some people aren't even born with the new car body. Some people are born with I don't know if handicaps is the politically correct term, but they're born with impairments or whatever, and they don't even get a totally new car like I might have gotten. They don't even just get factory problems. They get major problems, and that wasn't my epiphany. No, my epiphany was that the experience we have, we can't possibly have them without our bodies. And I'm sure there's some sort of philosophy that goes into this, there's an actual thing around this. But you literally can't think of the world in any other way than through the experiences you have with your bodies. You cannot experience the world without the physical body. You can't like without our sensory perceptions. And I just like, as I'm like finger painting this thing, like he didn't even say finger paint, he had brushes and stuff, but I was like, oh whoa, handprints. But like I couldn't do handprints. I couldn't feel the paint in my hand if I didn't have a body, or I couldn't even like look at the thing if I didn't have eyes. Like it's just like, so yeah, that was sort of my little epiphany. I'm still frustrated that my body doesn't work the way I would like it to, the way it's supposed to, because I have certain factory mistakes, so to speak, and to continue this metaphor. But it is nice. I guess there is a silver lining to it all. It's nice that I even have a body, that I get to experience the world the way I do. I don't know what the universe would be like if we didn't experience it through sense. I cannot even physically conceive it in my mind to experience the world in any other way than I do. This wasn't like a conventional video where I like actually like go out and do something. I've been usually doing things in the video, like go for a walk or something. But this is what I wanted to talk about. This is my video. I actually do have some footage from the actual painting thing, but I'm going to use that in a Josh Speaks with Words video and not a jam session video. And I'll post a link in the description when I do that. And it'll be up later this week. I'll put it in the doobly-doo down here. But I figured that'd be cool. Like, Josh Speaks with Words is like art stuff and things like that, and creative stuff. And this is like my personal vlog with Sam. So I figured it'd be make more sense for me to talk about it here. That's all I have for you today. Another day and another venture. Go find something and paint it. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun. Experience things with your body, whatever you can experience. I don't know what your physical abilities are, but do as much as you can.